I thought of it in the last.
On digital radio, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Donut Bag presented by the Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Hello, yeah, boy. You can't wait. You gotta see my medal. So I am wearing a giant. Man, this thing is heavy. I don't know how rappers do it. I'm wearing a giant gold chain because I won the basketball, the NCAA bracket thing.
Oh, congratulations.
And so
did you have Michigan going all the way?
You know what? I had Duke going all the way.
Oh.
And so, but still I won. No, I had some years. I mean, because I don't really watch college basketball that much.
Yeah.
I just go off guesses and stuff. And this year I just hit on everything. Like I almost got all of the first 32 picks right. And then it just kept going, and then, I had Duke and Houston in the Final Four and they didn't make it, but everything else worked out the way I thought. And it's like, dang, what is going on here? So, yeah. But one of my prizes was this.
I love it.
That is cool.
Chain. Yeah. I'm going to work on my neck muscles. Anyway, on to the Steelers. Draft day is 10 days away? It is April 13th. We are 10 days away from the draft. Did Pittsburgh kind of get unlucky with this draft? This draft seems kind of like meh. I don't see a lot of superstars. I mean, I don't know how much you delve into college prospects and stuff. I know I don't, but it just seems like there's not a whole lot of superstars. Yeah. I mean, Mendoza's not even showing up, which I take as a personal insult.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, his mom has MS, I think. It's MS. So I think he's doing something with his family because it's hard for her to travel, maybe, is what I read. I think that's what I read because I thought the same thing. I don't like that. I don't like the not showing up trend. I don't like the not working out at the combine trend. So that stuff, to me, I agree with you. It rubs me the wrong way. And then I remembered that I saw somebody had written an article about him talking about her being sick. And I remember that from the Heisman or something, and I was like, "Oh,
right."
For her to travel.
He is the most goody two shoes, squeaky clean dude ever, and he's going to Las Vegas.
He's gonna, yeah.
And that's gonna be.
It's maybe the evolution of Kirk Cousins or whatever we saw, Mr. Uptight, and then they're putting gold chains on him and everything else. Maybe
remember there was that picture of him shirtless with the gold chain. It was that's
smoking a cigar or something. Maybe they'll work on him the same way.
Yeah. So not only do they have the squeakiest clean college dude going to Vegas, then they get the old man squeakiest clean quarterback ever. Yeah, that would just. That could be a sitcom right there.
And both of them under Darth Vader. I mean, Tom Brady in charge of that quarterback room. That's wild.
Right. Wild. Yeah, that'll be very.
But to your question about the Steelers, as funny as I brought this up last time I did my show, was that I said that we had originally, when we first found out the draft was coming to Pittsburgh, and then the Steelers were banking all these draft picks. We were like, oh, that's it. We're going to go after a quarterback, and it's going to be on the stage in our city. And this is going to be so awesome because we have all this draft capital. And then now we have all this draft capital, but there's no capital to really go get, because you're right. It's a pretty mad group. I mean, there's a few guys that are okay, but there's not a lot of, not projected to be a lot of really big names. So yeah, it does kind of feel like wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. And there's not a lot in the flash, the wide receivers deep,
right?
But in terms of, I think it's, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's deep, but it's not, it isn't high level deep.
Yeah.
There's one or two, and then there's really solid players
Right. There's a lot of good
really
players. There's not a lot of great players.
Great players, yeah. Which honestly, for this year for the Steelers, especially in wide receiver, they don't need a great player.
I don't think we can afford to have another first round draft pick that looks like so-so. So that's the only thing that worries me is, like carefully targeting like whoever you go after with that first round pick. Because I just don't think we can afford to have another pick where, at the end of this, people are like, well, this more of like the end of Kevin Colbert? Are we bombing out on all these picks? Like if you're calling Brock Jones a bust, and then,
I could see them using a lot of draft capital to move up either in the first round, or let's say the guard from Penn State, which I think they would love.
Yeah.
Or like 2 or 3 of the top wide receivers. If they make it to like 12 or 11 or 12, they'll go, okay, we can have enough, third round picks and fourth round, and we'll push a whole bunch of stuff together and we'll get up there. But if they don't do that, I could see them moving up in the second and saying, okay, we're going to get we won't get a high end first round pick, but we're going to get a good one who will be playing and contributing. And our second round will also be good because it'll be maybe a high second round, and working like that. Because like you said, there's no, even Mendoza isn't really he's a guaranteed start. No, well, he's going to start this year probably, but no one's saying he's a guaranteed multi-year. He's definitely going to sign his second contract. They're like, he's a good quarterback. He's not elite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be number 1 overall in a different year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a stronger class of quarterback. I mean, even slightly stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny that they had this all planned. It's like as soon as it was announced the draft ends in Pittsburgh, it's like, okay, we're gonna tread water at quarterback position and do this crap with old guys. But when 2026 comes and the draft is in Pittsburgh,
that's our year.
That's our year. And there's gonna be
Arch
so
Manning,
many quarterbacks, many quarterbacks in the first round. We don't even know how many we're gonna pick. It's just gonna be so wonderful. And then it's just nobody. It's literally Mendoza and nothing. Yeah. So,
honestly, I hope they don't go for Simpson.
Please no.
It
would just be another Kenny Pickett pick.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need Kenny Pickett 2.0.
I'm an Alabama fan, and it's a Kenny Pickett pick. It would be a huge mistake. I don't think they'll do that again.
But
when my mom was alive, she's a huge Texas fan. She lived in Austin. So when she moved down there, she's really loves football. So she got really involved in University of Texas football. So she's like obsessed with Arch Manning. She was like obsessed with him. So I can't tell you how many times over the past like year before she died, it would be like at least once a day. She'd be like, Leanne, do you think the Steelers will draft Arch Manning when I'm like, I don't know, Mom, but I don't think he's as good as you think he is. So can we stop talking about him coming to Pittsburgh before you speak that into reality?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was supposed to come out this year because he was supposed to be so good. And he
might get there, but he wasn't there this year.
He might, he might get there. And he's smart to stay another year in school. I'm sure the millions of dollars had something to do with it too, but that's something Ty Simpson should have done. He should have stayed another year in school.
Yeah, he should have. Nick Saban used to do a good job of counseling those guys about when it was really the right time to go.
Yeah. I could see them moving up. In the first round. And, people say, well, that maybe they'll move back. It's like, you got it, just for the reason that we talked about of the optics of we're gonna draft our quarterback or whatever. There are optics here. There's PR here. There's a look that you just can't. It was like, oh, we're gonna. I mean, they could trade back like a few spots or something like that, but it's in Pittsburgh when they announced the pick. Like the sexy thing was announce our quarterback of the future. Okay, that's not happening. The next sexy thing to do is announce we're trading up in the draft,
right,
to get whoever. I would assume if they're going to trade up, it's going to be to get one of the like good wide receivers.
Gotta be.
Yeah, the elite ones.
Yeah. From what I understand, like the top wide receiver that is possible for the Steelers to get would be Mekhi Lemon, the wide receiver from USC, who's 5'11", 195 pounds. And apparently he's the next Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's not wildly athletic, but likely a starter at Slaughter Z. The thing is, there's that one wide receiver, Boston, who is basically exactly like DK Metcalf and Pittman. So you know they're not going to get him,
right?
But so there's that. There's who else is that? Casey Concepcion. There's that Omar Cooper.
I saw a mock today where they had the Steelers moving up to like 10, trading with whoever that is. Jet, I can't remember, and going after Carnell Tate at 10.
That would be interesting.
It would be.
I like that.
That's a big move up, though, man.
I mean,
to the 10 spot.
How much the Steelers had to give away to move up that much?
Yeah, I don't remember.
To move up when they traded up to get Devin Bush, that was like, I think they traded a second and a third. So I could see
first round picks and
swap first round picks, and then I think it was like a second this year and like a second that year and then a third the next year or something like that, or something like that.
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean that's doable. I think that would be cool. I would think that they hired Mike McCarthy to be an offensive coach. You'd think they would get an offensive player. So when I see safety or cornerback or something like that in the first round, I'm like, I just don't see that. No. The other thing I keep seeing over and over again is either tackle or that guard from Penn State.
Yep. A lot.
And I guess, but I mean, from what I understand, that guard, who I'm not going to pronounce his name, Ione, he's supposed to be like an awesome guard. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Or they could get one of the tackles and move one of the tackles to guard or something like that. I don't know. I
don't want to see anyone move. I mean, unless someone played in college both tackle and guard, or they're familiar. I don't want to see like, oh, we're going to move him here, and then the next year we're going to move him here, and the next year you're confusing a kid.
It also feels like maybe I still agree with Joe. Like there's always this piece of everything in football that's like optics and perception and PR, right? And so if we're going to start that stuff again, where we're moving guys around on the offensive line, I mean, the fan base is going to freak out after we just did this with Broderick Jones. And, we listened to that for 3 years about moving him and whether that was going to matter and not matter. And did it matter? And then he got hurt. And so I think that would be a mistake just from the standpoint of having to deal with the unnecessary drama.
We ruined a guy just to make Dan Moore happy or something.
Yeah, just to make Dan Moore happy. It was all about Dan Moore's feelings.
Crazy.
Primary importance in Pittsburgh.
But honestly, and now this just may be me, and I'm sure Steelers fans would be pissed off if this happens. If they get the guard, I wouldn't be unhappy from a football standpoint because the wide receiver is deep enough. Like I said, unless you can get like those maybe top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they're close enough. So you can get someone in the second round, or you can switch, use your 4th round, 3rd round picks to move up in the second to make sure you get them. So you can get you still get a very good wide receiver who mesh, they'll be good on your team, but they don't have to be player 1 or player 2, so they can develop. And then you have your basically 4 or your 5 offensive line being rock solid for hopefully 5 to 10 years.
if they announce that the pick is if they don't trade and they announce at 21 that the pick is that guard, I think
at
people would
21
be
that would
happy because I think he's expected to go a lot sooner.
Oh yeah.
And so that it would be considered like a steal, like, oh my God, we got this guy. And there's also there's a precedent for that because that was basically like it would be the same thing as drafting when they drafted David DeCastro, and we know how well that worked out. So and it was the same exact thing. They didn't plan on drafting DeCastro, but it was like he was right there. It's like how can you not take him? I did a couple of mock drafts today, and like that guard was there. It's like
you gotta
have to take him, like
especially at 21 that far back.
He's there, yeah. So I think people would be happy about that, but
especially I mean, admittedly, there's still the Pitt Penn State rivalry. There's not a Penn State Pitt because Penn State ignores that the University of Pittsburgh exists. But Pitt fans still know
they pretend to ignore the thing is, and they secretly hate us and they love to beat us.
Yeah.
There is a rivalry there. They think they're too snooty, which is very funny about that because Penn State thinks the rivals are Ohio State and Michigan, and Ohio State and Michigan.
Not recently.
They're not aware that Penn State exists.
Not anymore.
You know. So yeah, it's very high schoolish. It's very like, oh, I don't like you. I'm with him, and he doesn't know you exist. So
right.
So yeah, but
I'm saying since the guard is a Penn State guy, the locals would at least know about him. Versus we're getting a guard from Iowa State.
Right.
Well,
you even made if someone's as good, at least hear someone that you heard of on the local news.
Right. There's some of the tackles that are rumored to be like around when the Steelers pick. There's that Caden Proctor from Alabama. There's Blake Miller from Clemson, and it's like one of them is basically Broderick Jones 2.0. It's like, well, he doesn't have a lot of experience, but he has a lot of raw material.
Yeah, no, thank you. Hard pass.
Yeah. We don't need that again. Mm-hmm. And then I think it's the Blake Miller one that's like, okay, he's basically another one like we already have. Like what's his
like? I get the idea behind drafting like a guard. I really do. Like I said, I get the football sense of it because we don't have that quarterback, you know what I mean, that we need, right? So while we don't have that person, it makes sense that you build up all those other pieces and have that offense be like so ready for whoever that quarterback is when we find them. So like that part of me gets it. But then there's also this part of me that's kind of like, can we draft somebody other than like an offensive lineman in the first round? Just like
seriously, it's like every year. Is this what we're gonna do? We're just gonna automatically get a tackle.
I was all on board with like the trenches are sexy 3 years ago, but now I want like real sexy.
Yeah.
Now we got like old Russell Crowe sexy. Like, come on, we need like Gladiator. We need a wide receiver. Come on, give me something good.
Yeah, give us something good. And then there's the whole issue of Aaron Rodgers. If we do, well, we're going to have to draft a wide receiver somewhere because we only have two guys right now, pretty much. But when we do get, let's say they get one in the first round and Aaron Rodgers doesn't like him, are we going to ruin this guy because Aaron Rodgers only likes old people? That's a little scary. I mean, look what happened. I mean, I don't know what happened with Roman Wilson, but something happened because that sure as that didn't work out.
Well, I think the one advantage, if we do draft someone either in the first or second or third or multiples, hopefully they'll get multiples at least first or second round and maybe third and fourth round, or get two in the first 4 rounds. Definitely with the amount of picks we have, you have veteran wide receivers there now. Where before you didn't have veteran wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, AB, before he lost his mind, was a good teammate. Then he lost his mind. And then you had a gap of, here's a veteran that you can follow. Here is a leader in the wide receiver room. And then you had, the shuffle of quarterbacks for the last 6 years, starting back in 2019, even when Ben got hurt.
Well, hopefully with Pittman, we have a leader now that leads by example, because DK Metcalf, what are they going to learn from him? Here's how you punch a fan. Okay, what you got to do is you got to sneak in a real quick punch there.
Man. Like, we just got rid of George Pickens. Come on.
I know. Like, I thought we were done with this.
The only thing is, at least with DK, he's not taking plays off.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I mean, he said, "Hey, your hand's broken. I'll be gunner on the kickoff."
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it was stupid, but he's been around long enough that he knows better than that.
It was just stupid.
That's not some young kid mistake. I mean, that was just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, because I mean, this dude was probably been like under his skin for a long time, but still.
I'm sure. I mean, the situation, like when that whole story came out, that situation was crazy. And like that situation was like, people will say like the thing that you'd learn from social media is that people have gotten entirely too comfortable with not getting punched in the face for running their mouth. Like that guy is like the embodiment of that. Like he has learned, to be this like super aggressive person on social media and attack football players. And he's obviously using it for some like financial gain. So like, I can't even like fault DK for being so frustrated, but you're in a position where you have to comport yourself in a different way and walk off.
Yeah. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Just getting suspended for a couple games.
He's lucky he didn't really hurt that guy. I mean, if he'd really hurt that guy,
we're looking at jail time possibly.
Yeah, out of the league.
End of career kind of stuff. So
yeah, because that guy would have taken it like to whatever limit he could have taken it, as far as he could have taken it.
And he's already taken. I think he's suing or some stupid.
He is suing. Yeah, everybody, the stadiums, the team, the owners, the players. Yeah, all kinds of people.
And yet, don't forget, on the back of what used to be on the back of the ticket, but now on your ticket says, "Hey, if something happens to you, you're in the stadium. Too bad. Not our fault."
Interesting.
So I don't think his lawsuit will go anywhere.
Probably not with all the other stuff.
But like I said, he'll make money from social media. Yeah. He maybe started GoFundMe about it, which people start over all the stupidest things these days.
Yeah. Oh boy. And then, okay, so there's going to be 12 draft picks. Nah. They can't actually use all those picks. Like there's not enough room. That would just be a big waste. So that'll be very interesting.
I don't think 12. No. Yeah. Like I said, I can see them using either to move up in round 1 or round 2 or even round 3, get early round 3. So it's basically, it's kind of like when they got Joey Porter Jr. It was because the one team was penalized. It was a 32nd pick. So it was basically the end of the first round.
Right.
So I could see them doing that where it's going to be like the second, third pick in the third round. So you're basically getting a late second rounder, and trying to double up that way. Or if they're lucky, someone's willing to trade them, their second round pick next year for like a third and a fourth this year. Right. If someone needs the picks.
I think we're just going to be involved in an unusual amount of conversations this year. I think that they'll have the ability to be able to explore a lot more options than they usually do. And I think that, they'll exercise that. I think Mike McCarthy will want to come out swinging.
And I mean, this is the first draft without Tomlin in forever, literally almost forever. So you got to wonder, because it used to be a three-headed, kind of four-headed, the GM in charge, but the coach and the owner having like heavy input.
Yeah.
Different coach this year. So, where Tomlin may have been like, go for this, go for it. Now, like, okay, we're going up here. We're going to go.
Well, yeah, that's
It's
going to be very
exciting.
interesting. What
It's
the
going to be more exciting than the average Steeler draft.
yeah, what the dynamic is, because we don't know. We're guessing what the dynamic was, but it seemed like it was either Tomlin had all of the say, most of the say,
None of
half
the
of the
say.
say. Yeah, we don't, but he had a lot of the say, so we don't.
Mhm.
We'll see what the dynamic is now, and then you also have to consider. I mean, yes, Mike McCarthy was hired in late January, but still that's in the middle of them already evaluating. They already spent a long time evaluating prospects. So how much, I wonder if they're going to say, it's like, hey man, you're kind of, you're jumping on a moving train here. So, next year you'll be fully involved in it. This year you're just, Omar's like, just let me pick all the guys. Don't worry about it. I'll do a good job.
Yeah. I saw somebody asked, I was reading Jerry Dulac's mailbag, and I saw somebody had asked him if he thought for like the first time in like a very long time, would the Steelers draft somebody with their first round pick that hadn't done a visit with the team, because he was going over the name of all the prospects that had visited Pittsburgh, and there just didn't look like there was anybody on that list that you would think like, oh, this is a clearly like maybe they're taking a shot for this guy at 21. And Dulac's like answer was like, they never draft anybody they haven't had for a visit. So then it makes you like, isn't that interesting? But then sometimes Dulac says stuff and you find out later that he just doesn't know what he's talking about. So, go cover the Masters, old man. We'll talk to you later.
Right. but then he says stuff that's very
yes, so insightful. Yes, I do believe that he really knows a lot, but I do think it's every once in a while something comes out and you're like, yeah, he had no clue what he was talking about.
I also kind of wonder with a lot of these reporters who have these deep relationships with the team, are they being leaked stuff that the team knows they're going to repeat about, and it's lies?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, totally.
Like last year when Tomlin was all, oh, Shedeur Sanders is great. We're looking at him. He's a star person. And then everyone's like, oh, the Steelers are going to draft him. Nope.
Well, I think a lot of that was Deion Sanders calling Tomlin's like, hey, can you do me a favor and say some nice things about my kid? Because he's really sucking at this interview process right now.
Woo. Boy, they're a hot mess.
Yeah. Sometimes those insiders are basically they just copy and paste what the agents tell them to write. It's just, or they're either a mouthpiece for the agents, or they're a mouthpiece for the owner, or a mouthpiece for the coach, or whatever. But they're very much being used.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And they know it, because they know if it's same thing with like political reporters, tech reporters. If someone came out and was like 100% honest about something and didn't try to hedge, they'd be like, okay, you know what? We don't like what that person said. We're just going to not be so close to him anymore. So they know they have to,
right?
Suck
they
up
have
to
to.
It's a game. You got to play the game.
Yeah. And sometimes they fool around with the coaches, but that's a whole other issue. Yeah, I was
just
the
coach out of Pittsburgh, but you can't take the Pittsburgh out of the coach.
I just looked at the forecast now. I mean, looking at a weather forecast 10 days from
10
now.
days out, Joe.
But it's saying
What's our preliminary?
High of 74, low of 55, basically chance of rain, 42% chance of rain. It's and then Friday, Saturday, basically the same thing. So warm but rainy.
Yeah.
Yay.
Welcome to Pittsburgh in the spring.
Pretty much. It could snow for all we know.
It might. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they got flurries at some point.
They've already shut down roads.
Wow.
Which I don't understand.
It's a massive project, and look, Pittsburgh's a tight city. I mean, it's not like we got lots of.
If you've seen pictures of the stage,
I saw that going up.
Seeing the stage makes it make sense why they can't have it in the stadium. because that stage is bigger than the playing
It's
field.
gigantic. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
big.
it's
It
huge.
literally couldn't fit in the stadium.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that so much of the north side just got completely taken over, and like the walkway on the Port Duquesne Bridge is going to be limited on who can get on it.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Yeah.
So it's going to be, like I said, and you have all the construction just about getting done. They're working on, So
We've
Pitt's
been
gonna have
redding up for the
something
last
that-
few years, and finally, it's
Well, that new Arts Landing where the Goodyear used to be downtown.
yeah.
Pitt's going to have something there.
Yeah, I was looking at the big map, like the drawing, architectural, I don't know, not architectural, whatever, artistic rendering or whatever,
Yeah.
where everything's going to be for the city. It was cool.
Yeah, I remember when that was being built, and I had to go into that building, and it was like the poor people that work there. Like you have to, like when you park in a really tight parking space, and you have to it's really hard to get out of your car. That's how it is getting into this building, because like the fence for the construction was like right up against the door, so it's like, yeah. I mean, it's cool, and we'll see, what these improvements, hopefully they stay. Did you see something about they're putting special glass on one of the buildings? I think they're going to make it a giant TV or something like that.
Oh, on the old Hilton, the Wyndham Graham Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
I don't know if they're going to project things on it, or that's partially for privacy, because those are hotel rooms. And do you really? There's going to be TV cameras all over that, and remember, there's going to be two sections where people are: the north side and the point. So there's going to be, or I can even see them. Like I said, they're going to project, so people who are at the point on that side of the bridge, the grassy area there, they can watch it on the projection that way.
That's pretty cool.
Or at least, project, use it like a billboard.
Yeah.
The 14th pick, blah, 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 blah. Not necessarily the video, but like information up there would be
like
neat.
a scroll.
Yeah.
Where am I going to watch this thing if I go down there? What do I have to stand the whole time? I'm old. I can't stand the whole time. Like what?
Maybe you can take your rollator and then you can sit on the seat like in between.
You need one of those expandable seats that you can just
it's
like a little cylinder. You just kind of
one of those
my own chair or
built-in chair.
I don't know. No,
See,
I don't like people. I don't like.
I don't either. I'm telling you,
I'm not looking forward to this. This just sounds like
Joe. You're going to go Thursday. I'm signed up to go Friday.
Okay.
So on Friday, I already have an idea that I'm either going to park. They have a special bus coming from Monroeville Mall.
Oh, nice.
So I'm either going to park there or park at the Wilkinsburg Park and Ride, and take the bus in.
Okay.
And that way, I don't have to deal with.
I just kept seeing all these things.
Any of that mess.
Yeah, I kept just saying, whatever you do, don't drive down here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, that's how I move. That's how I travel, people. We all travel by cars, okay? So I don't know. I mean, I have seen some things that some of the parking areas are not outrageously priced. I think I saw $90 for 2 days or something like that. That's not too
that's not
bad.
terrible.
Yeah,
That's not the Rivers Casino doing $500 per day.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that would
Yeah.
crazy.
But honestly, given the fact that it's within throwing distance of the stadium.
Yeah. And my car will be safe.
Are they?
I parked my car in some really questionable places in Pittsburgh for games.
Oh man, some of those
some weird, shady underpasses where I get
Uh-huh.
I have guys burning stuff in barrels, $50. Yeah.
Waiting for RoboCop to help you, save you, or something like that. Yeah, some of those side streets are a little shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be I mean,
But
but
I
it's
think-
finally here. We've been talking about this for years. It's
I know.
finally
Yeah.
happening.
So exciting.
I just hope it goes well.
Yeah.
It's gonna
You're
be
going to
fun.
have tons of people, and I would say if you're on either TikTok or Instagram, because people will be doing like Instagram reels or their TikToks when they're coming in for the draft, and they'll talk about, that's where you're going to see the, oh, I just drove into Pittsburgh and I went through the Fort Pitt Tunnel and I couldn't make it over. Now it's sending me to a place called Monroeville. How do I get back to the stadium from here?
Seriously, if you end up if you're in the wrong lane, you're in Monroe. You're basically in Monroeville before you could turn around.
You can't do anything about it. It is completely out of your control.
Yeah,
The best
Just
you,
go
best
with
you
it.
could do is either Grant Street or Oakland.
Yeah.
yeah. It's so hard. It is so difficult to drive around in Pittsburgh.
The closest city I've seen to Pittsburgh is like, not being there, but like looking at the street maps, is Boston, because they don't have grids either. And it's an old city, so it's got the narrow streets, not really designed for cars to downtown.
I don't know how, but I've only been in Boston once, and somehow I ended up in the wrong way in a tunnel. And it was kind of the equivalent of like driving the wrong way of the Fort Pitt Tunnel or something like that. And I don't know how I survived that, but I don't know how I did that. Also I've driven around in New York City, and I learned very quickly that the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
And when people are screaming and swearing at you, you scream and swear right back. It's like if they're going to be aggressive with you, you'd be aggressive right back. So that was just a survival tactic. But it's just going to be. I think if everybody takes the T or the buses or whatever, we can't all do that. I'm sure they're going to have like maximum capacity, maximum, amount of buses and all that stuff.
And like I said, they are going to have 4 draft only bus routes. They're just adding for the draft. One from the north, one from like Robinson, one from Monroeville. And I don't know if they're doing anything from the south because of the T running south. And it's already kind of, you can just take it right to the north side.
Yeah, take it right in.
So but they're having like extra routes just built for the draft.
I heard the T isn't even going to the stadium for security reasons.
Oh,
well,
if it stops at PNC Park, that isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Because literally, where the draft thing is, where the stage is, if you get out where the by PNC Park, by home plate of PNC Park, you're pretty much where you're going to get. You're not going to get much closer that way.
Yeah. I mean, because they're already closing down streets and stuff. So it's like, I don't know. It's it seems like there's not going to be as many people as we think, or at least the only people that are going to be down there are just for the draft. Anybody that has nothing to do with the draft, they're going to stay far away. So it'll either be football people or ghost town. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, and honestly, this is one thing that a lot of businesses picked up from the shutdown part of the pandemic back in 2020. A lot of places can go remote now, where back in 2018, 2019, if you would say, okay, our office is going remote this week, they'd be like, we don't know how to do that.
What's remote?
What's remote? What? How do we video? Everyone's set up to do that now. So you could literally go, okay, 100% remote. Especially Pittsburgh, where we get enough snow and the snow removal is questionable that you have to work remote because you can't get off your street. Okay. So, well, I'm really hoping people are patient. That's the big thing. And you're going to have people complain. Some people are going to make it like the worst thing ever. And so, let them do their thing.
I think we were all, and I know I'm guilty of this, of saying, "How's this gonna work? We can't handle all these people. Oh my god!" It's all Chicken Little, complaining like
Mhm.
crazy, and it's not going to be that bad. But
No.
before we go tonight, I want to have a guide for people coming into Pittsburgh for the first time. There's some things that are unique to Pittsburgh. Well, at least I think are unique to Pittsburgh. If you see a parking spot that's open, but there's a chair there, don't you dare move that chair.
No.
Something will happen to your car if you move that chair. That is a sacred.
Or someone may come out while you're moving the chair and come right in your face.
Oh God. Oh, that would be. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen anybody move a chair before, but I could.
Oh no, I would not do it. In fact, a little cross promotion here. Recent 880 wrestling match, which is a local indie wrestling training group.
Okay.
They had a Pittsburgh parking chair match where it was all based on someone from out of town moving someone's parking chair. So they had a chair match based on it. And everyone from Pittsburgh who's like, yeah, that makes sense. You would have a wrestling match over moving someone's parking chair. So yeah, don't touch the parking chair, people.
Okay, here's another thing you need to learn. There is something called a Pittsburgh left. So if the light is green and somebody makes a quick left right before you move, don't kill them. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Pittsburgh left. When I see a Pittsburgh left, and I see it all the time, when I see a Pittsburgh left being done, I'm like, man, you're putting your life in your hands, man. That is really dumb.
In my mind, you need to be given the left. Like
right. If they blink,
there are certain intersections where there's not that if someone's trying to make a left-hand turn and they're stuck there, they're backing up traffic all the way. There's no room to get around them. So a lot of times you're like, okay, one car, since there's no turning lane and it's only one lane in each direction, give them a quick flash. They get through quickly. But if you're not given flash, you could get T-boned very easily.
Yeah, I've seen Pittsburgh lefts in front of like 2 or 3 lanes of traffic. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, that I think that's just unique to Pittsburgh. We put fries in our sandwiches. Well, I mean, we put fries on our salads. I think that's a very Pittsburgh thing.
That definitely is. With ranch.
Yeah, and just
I know ranch is in Pittsburgh, but the fries with ranch on top of a salad.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't matter the protein. Steak, chicken, fish, doesn't matter. Fries, ranch.
Listen, it's healthy. It's called a salad. Therefore, it's healthy. It doesn't matter if you put fries and ranch on it. It's a salad. Yeah. And then, I mean, if you stick around, maybe you'll see a wedding cooking table, or if you're lucky, you'll see a, yeah.
Oh, and there is only one acceptable ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
Heinz is the only acceptable.
If you want to really make us angry, just walk around with a bottle of Hunt's ketchup. We'll automatically hate you. It's like my daughter said she's going to Philadelphia. She's like, well, do you know of anything to do there? I said, yeah. Don't wear a Sidney Crosby jersey, because they will do something to you. They do not like that guy.
Oh, but also, now I'm assuming the stores will be open, but if you're coming in and you're staying till Saturday morning, well, first of all, 2 things. There's a 5K Saturday morning around the stadium. So there are going to be a bunch of crazy runners. 8 a.m. around the stadium and around downtown running. But if you're staying Saturday morning, go to the Strip District.
Oh, yeah.
It is not what you think it is with the name. It is a strip of land. There's no stripping.
I was going to say there's no strippers there. There actually is a strip club in the Strip District.
There is, near the end.
It was because it was a strip. It was basically the strip that used to be where all the where everything came in.
Yeah.
Like on
All the
not on barges.
produce, and that's where a lot of the railroad lines came in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now there's tons of, you can get, if you don't want it the official merchandise, you want to spend less, there's tons of places down there to get unofficial merchandise that looks lots of times just as good as the official. But there are Italian stores, Greek stores, giant fish. Every little unique store you can think of is just down there crammed together.
The strip district is a must visit. It is so cool and unique. And yeah, they have all kinds of, no matter what's going on in Pittsburgh sports, they will have a shirt for it. As soon as Aaron Rodgers signed, they had all kinds of Mr. Rogers neighborhood shirts out there. They were all, no matter who the current thing is, they will have a shirt about it. Yeah, and it's not officially anything, but it's so unique. I hope this that part of this, because already the strip district is becoming something else. There's like so much housing there, and so it's almost like a whole different town there, part of it. But the original strip district is still a thing.
Yeah.
So that's good. So go up to Mount Washington. It's such a cool view.
Yeah, take the incline up. It's not really that much money.
It's cheap. Most of the time you'll make it up okay. I mean, I haven't heard anybody getting stuck or dying or anything.
No.
But
ignore the fact that it's like 150 years old or around 150 years old. Ignore that fact.
Right.
Just don't think about that as you're going up like a 30-degree grade.
Or that, like, when you're on it, it's like a little rickety, and it's like, are we gonna make it up there? It's like, yeah, don't think about that. It'll be fine. They know if it's about to die, they shut it down plenty of time before that. So you'll be fine. But I just hope.
One last thing. One other thing. If a local tells you Kennywood's open, look down, your zipper is open.
Where is it? Eaton Park. They have in the bathrooms, they have a sign is Kennywood open? And it's down. Yeah. Literally Kennywood was open. It was announced, and everybody checked their zippers. But and then if you hear the word jag off, it's not a good thing.
No,
it's not a term of endearment, although I believe Chicago uses that term too. So
they do. I've heard that. I've heard people from Chicago use jag off. Now you will hear that a lot when it comes to locals talking about the Browns.
Well, that's the funny thing, is not only do you have in the strip district things saying, "Oh, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood" or whatever player, there'll be shirts saying, "Screw the Browns, screw the Ravens, screw the Bengals." I mean, there's literally. I mean, I remember it was a corner. It was like a little thing on the corner near the stadium, and they had all kinds of terrible towels, and obviously all kinds of Steelers terrible towels. Then they had towels like F Cleveland, F Baltimore, F Cincinnati, and people are like, I want one of those. Like, I should have got one. So,
or the one shirt that says only side of intelligence in Ohio, and it says Pittsburgh so many miles.
Right. Yeah. It's funny because it's true. Okay, anyway. Thanks for Dave for coming on. Leanne's internet just died. Her internet went out, but it was so nice to see her again. She has her own podcast. Let me pull it up, that she does on Tuesday nights. With Zach. Of course, it's not coming up now, but she's Hollywood Loman. She unfortunately had her damn account hacked, and so she's had to start over. So make sure you follow her. It's Hollywood Loman on Twitter. She's also an editor for PFSN. The podcast is, of course, now I can't find it. Anyway, Go follow Hollywood Loman. She needs all the followers
Go.
because she had to start
How
over.
do you spell Loman?
Lowman.
Okay, there we go. Follow.
The podcast is. Oh, geez, come on.
Let's say she's on
just
X.
follow her. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, she's on X. She's on Instagram. She's on Threads.
Yeah,
pretty much. And she was very smart in terms of getting. She's the same handle everywhere.
Yeah, I had to do that. I had because I was different names everywhere, and I had to change that. That's annoying. But all right. Well, thanks. And Dave, you have a podcast too, right?
Yeah, I'm actually on a couple different ones. The ones I'm consistently on, Awesome Cast, which is Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on the Sorgatron Network, where we talk, or 7 p.m., where we talk technology. And every other week, the iPhoneography podcast, where we talk about iPhone photography.
See,
and occasionally I'm on the Wrestling Mayhem show, or at least in chat, and that's 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights.
See, that's the other thing that scares me. I have an iPhone 13. My thing is old. If I have to go, like I took half a day off on Thursday. If I have to, like, my battery does not last that long. So I would love to do. I was thinking of getting like, in my my port does not work anymore. So the only way I could charge it is through the wireless thing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking I need to get.
I had an old phone that was like in that condition. I got a case that was basically a giant battery, but it went over, and you just charged the battery, and it wirelessly went to the phone. So that worked great.
I think I'm going to have to get something.
It just added a little bit of heft, but it worked really good.
Right. Yeah, those work really well. So yeah, I'm just gonna do something like that and see how it goes. But yeah, we are 10 days away, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Hey, thanks for being on.
Well, thanks for having me, Joe.
All right. I'll see you.
Have a great one.